Hello friend and welcome once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. I'm here with the first turn. We kind of took care of the north and yeah, there's not a lot left to do there. So we'll see how things progress up there, of course, once the turn ends. I'm a bit afraid that these guys will go up and then basically unencircle everything, but we'll see how that goes, because then they can just move here and yeah, all of that will not be encircled again. That's kind of how it looks like to me now. This does not help. Indeed, so then we would have to re-encircle them once again. I don't think they can escape after that, just generally anyhow. Because they cannot use the rail line. At least that's how I think it should work, at least. Yeah, but we'll see about that. Anyway, right, with the center, so these guys, so they can't really move that far, and I don't really want to attack after this, so I kind of just already have to use the motorized units to keep going. I need to block them in this area too, though. Going around is pretty wasteful. But since I cannot beat these guys anyway, I need to move up through there regardless. Might actually just also make a smaller encirclement here. Through that way. Like just, for example, over here and down there. At that point, I kind of need them to push these guys around too. Doesn't really matter where they go at that point, but if I can as well create an opening of 3 over here. Then it's a lot easier to move through. Just like this. This is a lot better, and it makes it a lot tougher for these guys to potentially try and break out. Like they can't get through this region here. That's physically impossible now. Alright, so indeed let's get moving. I'll probably send a motorized division over through the center here to make a double encirclement, but we'll see how that goes. Like I'm not too keen on attacking Minsk on the first turn. They will likely surrender it anyway. Now normally I would think that attacking Brest-Litovsk would be fine. We want to start working on that rail construction. But I think instead of doing that, we need to encircle Brest-Litovsk. This time, leave them there and defeat them later on, and then work on the rail line up through here, which will be a lot easier to do than taking down Brest-Litovsk on the first turn. I mean, if they were weaker, I would probably be fine with that. But I don't want to take these risks now. They do seem a bit weaker, but still. It's just... And I understand that that really sucks for the tanks, but that's just no good, you know? So let's just move in here. I cannot beat these guys either. That's also just not... That's not gonna happen. Again, I would be able to encircle those. Which is, I guess, the better solution here. And then with the cavalry, I'm just moving in through the marsh. So with a distance of 2, they would have a difficult time anyway. But I really want to get Pinsk, actually. So they cannot fortify that. And I also don't want them to be able to use the rail lines to get away through the Pripyat marshes, because they actually do have a lot of rail lines that can be problematic there. So if I can just move through there, then I'm cutting off the enemy from using all of the rail lines from either side in order to escape. That is pretty good, I think. It does mean that I can't go as far as I might want to go otherwise, because I'm not taking Brest, which it chokes up a lot of movement, actually. But we'll be fine, I think. So, like, definitely moving in here for sure. So up to Minsk. Actually, if you think about it, it's crazy that it's still double the distance even to get to the Dnieper, which is like barely the first objective that the Germans can run against, but that's still like 2/5 of the road to Moscow. Well, we'll see how I'm gonna be able to run that connection. Ideally, I can use these guys in support. I would need to go around Baranovici to get the best results, I think. Let's start with you. So let's attack these guys from this side. It's a bit of a ridiculous way to move forward. Well, okay, you got it. I need them to get off the damn road. That's kind of what it is right now. These will be very exhausted. It's not exactly where I wanted them. Alright, so that's fine. Because this is Swampex anyway, so we don't actually want to move through there regardless. Would have been nice if they just gave up. What the? Oh, that's a disaster. Another rifle cord there. Right, I still need to beat this. Okay, so if I want to prevent them from escaping, alright, so ideally getting these guys to... I don't think I can snatch any of those. What is your core? Alright. This is the trouble of keeping them alive in Litovsk. Now, okay, there we are. They have not the slightest chance to getting all the way there. How about the 4th Panzer? Yes, they do. Okay. That's a tricky one. Well, we did push them aside. That's not where you're supposed to go. Come on, man. It's like they still have this rail line again through which they can escape. And then also down there. If only they would have been able to cross, things would have been fine. Because Luminets there is really the problem. At least this rail is unusable. Right, I need to oust them from Baranovici as well. And then oh, that's not the goal. Yeah, let's try to do this by yourself. Ah, snap. Come on, please. Okay, good. That does help. Not necessarily for your movement to 0. That also does not cut them off. 8, 6. Let's go here first and then see whether we can actually cut them off from that rail line there. Because no, it doesn't seem feasible. Let's try to get them in that pocket though, it's at least something. Well, like amazing that is not, but the thing is I don't like they're not gonna do that much up here anyway. So can I actually send you back? No, so I do need as well, at the very least, a unit in here. Then I'll just make sure that they're not gonna be able to just go and escape out through there. No, it costs 2, so that doesn't work. They'll be fine. It's a bit weird to have third Panzer be that far, but oh well. All right, let's send you out here. They can't move in there, huh? Okay. So then my only hope is that they'll go out. Man. Let's close the ring around them a bit. Well, let's go in here. At least it cuts off this tank division. I mean, how important it ultimately is to take down one single tank division remains to be seen. But I'm sure that every little bit helps. Every time they don't come back. Really? You have to get routed there? Oh, man. Okay, man. I don't like it, but that's what you gotta do. I guess that's what you gotta do. These two will get across the boog. And I'm not so sure whether we'll actually see these guys being weakened after the first week, but certainly do hope so. Alright. I don't need that many forces, actually. Going to deal with this. So I'll actually send out all of these guys further up north, so I can actually attack the Russians from multiple sides, that have at least the 4th Army be able to once again move quickly after this. Which seems to be the best. And then indeed just spread these out. Just to prevent them from invading Poland here. Really no reason to have these separate. Either. Have them join up. Security in Turboburg. And I'll have to reorganize the HQs and such again a little bit later. But yeah, you guys can actually stay here for now. As for the air units, for the most part, I do actually want them to once again move forward a bit, even if that's ever so slightly. Okay. Well, that's Armor Group Center for you. I'm just gonna leave this to the infantry. If they're gonna keep units at Minsk, they'll be surrounded on the next turn. So I really am not worried about that. Again, it's not an amazing encirclement, but it will have to do. It will have to do. At least the Soviet losses are looking a bit better now than before. Mostly captured, of course. Whereas we have mostly men disabled. I don't know what big of a percentage of disabled men can go back. But one thing that I always like to do is check out the what we captured. So like a lot of anti-tank guns there, some 120mm howitzers, a gun howitzer. Huh. And a few of these weaker Soviet tanks. Although BT-7 is not too bad. Although I don't think the Germans actually do use these. I don't think they use cavalry tanks and stuff like that. No, I don't think so. They use a lot of 82mm mortar, actually, I believe. But that's pretty much about it. Anyway, we'll see a lot more encirclement in the next, or much more surrenders, of course, in the next turn anyway, because then we'll potentially have all these guys covered. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, in here things will be a lot trickier. Yeah, let's see how far you guys can get. So ideally I will have some units encircling Koval, so make a small encirclement over here to at the very least capture those. Now again, the problem is that if you're playing on a lower difficulty, you might find it quite possible to break through here. But of course, that's going to be a lot trickier. Like, you want to encircle these and be down here by turn 1, ideally. The true question is whether we're going to make that. Well, I'll certainly will try. So let's take units from the 52nd Corps. Can you get in here? They've been a bit tired. Well, I'm just pulling these guys off the line here in order for them to support here. Let's hope they get pushed up. Really? 95 as well, huh? How is it even possible? Like, this unit I will never be able to push. And that just racks up more losses. Okay, at 5, you should be able to attack across as well. So I guess we'll have to do this. Which, quite frankly, is a bit overkill, but there's just simply no other way. Yeah, routing is fine. You cannot cross. I need another 3 units here again to attack. Let's take these. This light infantry should be under the 52nd. And the other ones are under the 4th Corps, which could certainly get a bit closer as well. There's just a bunch of security divisions that are gonna hold. Oh, that are gonna hold there. This is only the RHG command. Okay. So that kind of made the first crossing possible. It means that we can now at least diverge further south. Now, there is potential an opportunity to go in between and then cut them off from this side, especially from the rail. That's where they need to be cut off most. They cannot move up north. But another attack on those guys is currently not necessary. So I will still move these, but and why would they do this? I see. And that certainly is too tough to beat at the moment. Oh, you cannot even get in there. Might just as well stay there then. Yeah, I need to push these guys back too. Gotta love those odds. Now you can no longer attack. Let's see. Sure. Once again, I can hold that area with security divisions. That's not a problem. Should work this time. Thanks, okay. But the fact that they have these tanks here is still a problem. because I don't have a 3 hex route. Well, it doesn't seem to be even taken that much. But even down here I have to either yeah, there's a lot that needs to be taken down here. Right, well, anyway, I see that my time is up already. I want to thank you for watching this one. Do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, see you then. Bye-bye.